Mpse007 Important Questions for 2022 Exams. Mpse007 Social Movements and Politics in India. From Unit 1, Definition of Social Movements, their role in Indian democracy. Importance of social movements, meaning of social movement. Components of social movements. The Marxist approach, liberal approach, Gandhian approach and liberal approach are how different. Relative deprivation theory. What is liberal approach to the study of social movements? How does it compare and contrast with other approaches? Important features of Satyagraha. From Unit 3, New Social Movements. Describe new social movements. Difference between reform and revolutionary movement. From Unit 4, People's Movements as reflection of democracy and social change. Relationship between people's movements and social change. Human Development Index and reality. Changing nature of Indian society. Social reforms and inequalities during colonial period. Impact of economic liberalization in Indian society. From Unit 5, Impact of globalization on different segments of society. Note on child labor. Middle classes. Impact of information technology on globalization. Identify the main features of globalization. There is nothing important in Unit 6. From Unit 7, Bahujan Samajwadi Party. Write note on Bahujan Samajwadi Party. Importance of Dalit politicization. Critically examine Dalits' role in Indian politics. Politicization of Dalits in post-independence period. Political mobilization of Dalits since 1980s. From Unit 8, Who are backward classes? Socio-economic conditions of the backward classes. Impact of the state policies. Objectives of backward class movement. North-South comparison. Main features of other backward class movement OBC in India. Discuss reservation as the tool of social justice. From Unit 9, Approaches to study ethnic movements. Features of ethnic movements in Northeast India. Nature of ethnic movements in contemporary India. Evolution of tribal movements and Indian government's response. Tribes of Meghalaya. From Unit 10, Women's issues during the Gandhian era. Women's movement. Women empowerment. The left and women's movements. Post-independence period, state reform and women. Note on major challenges and related issues faced by women in post-independent period. From Unit 11, Explain with suitable examples regional movements in India. Main reasons for the emergence of regional movements. Salient patterns of movements for statehood. From Unit 12, Note on religious movements in India. Development of communal movement in India and their impact on society. What is communalism? Do you think religions have contributed to its growth in India? Communal and religious movements in retrospect. From Unit 13, Agrarian movement in India. Note on farmers' movement. Agrarian movements in the pre-independence period. From Unit 14, Politicization of Workers' Movement, Trade Unions Movement in India, Emergence and Growth of Trade Unions. From Unit 15, Socio-economic Profile and Issues of Fisher Folks, Issues, Leadership and Organization of Fisher Folks Movement in Kerala. From Unit 16, Political Dimensions of Ecological Movements, Environmental Movements in India, Issues and Concerns. Narmada Bachao Andolan, Differentiate Environmentals and Ecological Movements. Chipko Movement. From Unit 17, Relevance of Social Movements in Indian Democracy, Social Movements and their Impact in Strengthening Democratic System. Movements and Democratization, Movements against Democracy.